This is how we're going to do. I'm going to pass around the floor to different schools, and of course we have our four Barazza groups right here. I will give the floor to each one of them to speak, and later on, if you guys want to oppose or express your thoughts or your opinions, just raise your hand, and I will give you the floor. Are we all right? Thumbs up. Thank you, guys. So I'm now giving the floor to Bangalore International School. Uh, you can start your Barazza discussion. Yes. Good morning, Bangalore International School. You can start.
Everything from like small scale like
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Bangalore International School. You might have to come closer to the mic or the speaker.
You can sit here.
Yeah. So we have Chittagong, Bangalore.
Okay, so I'm Megha. I'm from grade 11.
Hi, Meghna. Yes, you can start.
So basically, we've realized that team building is like a concept and a phenomenon that is present in everything from like small scale, like class group projects to a large global scale, like organizations such as UN and NATO. And its purpose is to bring people together and like harness people power and mutual trust to like achieve like a common goal. However, like we have also realized there are issues within this system because what brings us together can also divide us. Like if we could unite for a cause around something like politics or religion or art or music, but those preferences can still divide us and can still be a source of conflict. So we would like to go into this topic a little bit more and, you know, understand team building as a phenomenon and its problems and its like, you know, its advantages and its disadvantages.
Thank you, Meghna from Bangalore International School. I would now like to give the floor to HIM Academy Public School.
Hello, this is Him Academy Public School, and this is Piyush Pandit speaking here.
Yes, you can start.
So, in the way of transforming the community, team building is a really good idea. Many minds are better than one. And our keynote speaker also, Korvi Rakshan, was not only the single one to take initiative to educate the children of the remote areas, but a group was made for this initiative. So now Eva would like to speak something. So Eva.
Okay, hi, I am Eva, and I would like to quote an example. Like if I say that I am a student of Him Academy Public School, Hamirpur, and I live in Himachal Pradesh, it won't work at all. But when I understand that I am an Indian citizen and I am a crucial branch of India, then only I can take healthy initiatives and I can understand the relation. And if all of us will understand this thing, then only the country can run. And all of us are aware of the situations going on in the country, isn't it? So the question arises, how can a team be built? So this, the answer will be given by my peer, Samriddhi.
Thank you, HIM Academic Public School. Does any other school want to talk or express their views regarding what they said? Okay, Rajkumar College, Rajkot, you have the floor.
Good morning, my name is Manav and I'm studying grade 11. What I feel like
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but your voice, as in it's echoing.
My name is Manav and I'm studying in grade 11. Yeah. Do you hear me? So what I feel that for career community, first we have to target the youth because the youth are the future of tomorrow. They constitute the 25% of now, but they make the 100% of the future. And to get And we should do it by spreading awareness and taking initiatives such as many schools said, and we should even start up many NGOs such as some examples of the NGO are the Chago Foundation and now I like to give the mic to sir.
Yeah, keep it up. Yes, I totally agree with you, Manav.
Can you
But I
please
also
hold
feel
it,
that
sir? I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you please hold the mic a little closer?
I am interested now from grade level. No, speak. I am interested now from Rajkumar College, Rajkot. I am studying in grade level. And I totally agree with you, Manav, but we have first step to target youth, and we also have based on leadership qualities. And leadership qualities is important for serving because we need some leader who can guide us at any point of time and make decisions which are important for serving a community. Now, I would like to pass my previous question measure.
Was you're not clear.
I would like to say that for serving our community, for serving our community, we should have some agenda. Like, for what would we like to do? Like we have taken some points. First, as discussed, we need to have a good leadership in the country. So for that, when the elections are there, it has been seen that in some countries like UP and Bihar, people are sorry, some states like UP and Bihar, people are voting different parties according to their religion and caste. So people should be taught that we need to appoint our leaders not according to their not according to sorry to my caste or religion, but we need to appoint them according to their ability. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajkumar, college. But I think there are some problems with your sound. The sound is actually echoing, so we couldn't really hear you properly. I think you should fix that as soon as possible. You can write it down in your in the chat box if you can hear me properly. But the other schools, including us, cannot hear you properly. Thank you. I would now like to give the floor to our very own Barazza group. They would like to discuss something with you. Thank you.
Good morning, students. I'm Mezbin Morshid speaking from my Barazza. As we know, today's theme is Less Me, More We, and one of the sub-themes is team building. Now, I would like to talk about a few of the characteristics which makes a leader a good leader. The first one is the leader should be able to give honest and straightforward opinions. You must give very true opinions. It's for the betterment of your team. You cannot just sit back, you cannot just be quiet and sit at the back. You must speak for the betterment of the team. Of course, you should be able to consider all the alternatives. You should consider all the pros and cons, discuss with your team members, and then finally come to a conclusion. You should take into account everyone's views so that all the team members feel that they have equal power and equal say, so that no one feels inferior. You must not show your superiority, but you must be able to stand strong. If you're not strong, you cannot be a good team leader. No one will take you seriously. The next characteristic, which I think is one of the most important ones, is you should have very good communication skills. You must be able to give very clear directions. You cannot be reluctant. You cannot give loose directions to anyone. You must be the one who keeps everyone in sync, harmonizes all the team members so that everyone knows what they will be able to do next. If you're not in sync, a complete chaotic situation will be formed and the whole team will become a complete mess. Again, I'm telling you, I'm repeating this point because it's a very important point. You must be able to stand strong, but mind me, I'm not saying that standing strong is showing superiority. That's a completely different topic. You must be able to stand strong. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maisabin, our fellow delegate from the Barazza group. Um, anyone wants to say or give your views in what she said? If you want to, raise your hands. All right. HIM Academy Public School, you have the floor.
Yes, we would like to ask a question from your Barazza group, and Amisha is going to ask this question.
Let's, as she said that what are the characteristics of a good leader, but how could there be a good leader if there is no group? And that's why the topic is team building. So how, the question which arises in the first point, which point arises is that how could there be a group?
We are actually asking that what are the circumstances that how we can make a proper group to go with a good leadership. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can. Okay. To answer your question, I'm again emphasizing on the point that you must stand strong. You must bring all the team members together. I'm not saying that you should talk about only work. I'm saying you can't talk gibberish. You should be free with all your team members. That's the only way that the team members will listen to you. If you're just talking about work and you're just being strict, no one will want to listen to you. So that's how you bring a whole team together. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's the right answer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome, Boys School. Hi, guys. Would you like to ask your question right now? You're given the floor.
Basically, I don't have any question. Am I audible?
Yes, sure.
I don't have a question, but I have a point to make. See, teamwork basically makes things easier. So what I have, in my point of view, the conference that you are hosting, it is a student-run conference. So this is not a one-man show. This is a team show. And everybody has heard the story of the bunch of sticks. It's easier to break one stick, but it is not easier to break a bunch of sticks. Now Yash will take over and.
Hi, guys, can you hear me? Yeah, hi. I'm Yash. So as Anurag, the guy told the previous speaker has already told, it is much easier to do things with a team rather than doing them alone. So when you say that it's much harder to break a group of sticks rather than a single stick, what that basically means is to crunch them down. Even the hardest pressure cannot break a group of people when they're together and when they have a sense of unity. So when we sense of unity, so basically a speaker from your school had stated the points of leadership. She had stated the points of leadership, which is an integral part of the community, teamwork, which is an integral part of the teamwork, but not as important as the part of unity. So when you say that you need good directions and you need good points and you need leadership, it is important, but not as important as a sense of unity and belongingness to each other. So I would like to question the speaker that you're just talking to right now. I'd like to question her. Madam, do you really think leadership is more important or more valued than the sense of unity, or is it just equivalent to it?
Thank you for your question. I'm now giving the floor to the speaker. She will answer you.
Hello. The question that you asked, was it, is teamwork more important than, is unity more important than teamwork? Is that the question that you asked?
Pardon? I'm really sorry, you're not audible.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Repeat the question. Could you repeat the question?
Could you repeat the question?
Or could I?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. Okay. So the question is, Madam, do you give more importance to leadership over the sense of unity, or sense of unity is more important than leadership, or just equivalent to each other? Can you understand me?
I definitely think that unity is I value unity as much as I value teamwork. But I definitely think that if you have unity within your group, the teamwork will come automatically. You must be democratic within your group. You cannot just you cannot just show your power. Or you cannot just show your power. You must unite. A good team leader should unite all the team members, should harmonize everyone's points so that that'll automatically happen if you have unity. You should be able to talk freely with your team members. You cannot, what I mean to say is, yeah, you cannot boss her. No, that's a different topic. What I mean to say is, you should be able to, you should not shoot down anyone's opinion. You should take into account what everyone says so that the teamwork will automatically build that way. If you take into account everyone's views, if you unite each and every single member of the teamwork will come automatically. So I guess I value unity more than I value teamwork. I think that's the first step in building teamwork. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I hope you got your answer. Vidya Devi School, yes, you have the floor right now.
Yeah, I would like to answer the question that my friend from Boys asked, my friend from
Yes,
CGS.
sure.
And I certainly agree with what my friend from CGS said, because leadership and unity go together. Because if there is a good leader, it is obvious that he'll keep everybody united. And if he can't, then he's not a good leader. It can be as simple as that. And if the community is united, they'll certainly support the leader, or they'll not support the leader and they'll get a new one. So I think leadership and unity go hand in hand. That's it. Thank you.
Good points, Vidya Devi School. Great. So I'm now giving the floor back to you again. I would like to know your views about your own topic in a minute. Yep. Yes, you can speak about your own topic. A bit louder.
Hello everyone. What we believe is that working in a team does not only divide the work. There is always a scope for learning. Like when we are working in a team, there is something or the other which we can learn from each of the members. And we all must have heard of this quote which says, talent wins games, but teamwork wins championships. So we should always try to work in a team where each of the members have their say, and at the end, a sense of accomplishment is felt by everyone. Also, I would like to add on it that these days there is more of me in us. That it is only we think about ourselves and not about the people around us, the community around us. And that is what I think we need to develop in us as human beings. That will care about others, will sympathize, will empathize. I think that is the entire point of being a human being, being nice to others. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you for your points. Respect your views. I would now like to pass on. Does anyone wants to say anything regarding what you said? Your views, your thoughts, anything? Bangalore International School HIM Academy. Yep. HIM Academy, you now have the floor. If you want to say anything, you feel free to say anything.
We would like to add more on this topic, and Amisha would like to continue.
Let's take an example. As they say that community, we have to work for the community. One person who belongs to a high family, a rich family, and one who lives in a slum is not having so many facilities. If there is a bonding between the two, one can help the other one. Like he can give his own clothes which he is not using and can help him read, because if he can't go to school, he can still learn. He can be literate. Not by only school, but by other persons. And if there's empathy, we can invite them. We can give a bit of food.
And this may also lead in teamwork, as we would help each other and expect each other's ideology, and this would go as teamwork. So that's all we would like.
Thank you, Him Academy Public School. Yes, Vidya Devi, you now have the floor.
Okay, so I think most of us live in boarding schools or at least school obviously. So yeah, so in our school basically, Vidya Devi Jindal School is that is, we have people from all over India and we live together here. Like I have my friends from Kerala, North India, South India, from each part of the country. We have differences, we follow different cultures, traditions, languages, religion and all of that. But despite the fact that we have so many differences in opinion and cultures and all of that, we live together as a family, as a VDJ's family. We eat together, we play together, we study together. And I think that's the entire point of living in a community and building a better world to live in. Thank you.
Great point. Yes, Bangalore International School, you now have the floor.
Well, based on the discussion, we would also like to raise the point about how the importance of we're talking about me versus we, whereas we'd like to point out that there can't be a we if there isn't like me, because individualism and identity is what brings us together. If we did not have a sense of identity, we can't unite over a purpose, because if you don't have firm resolve, you can't bring people together. The reason people go into movements, like various movements, you can look at it historically, like racial movements, gender-based movements, it's all because people have a strong sense of identity and who they are. So to have teamwork, you have to establish a sense of who you are individually. So without a me, basically, there can't be a we. So that's just what we'd like to say.
Thank you for your views. Great points there. She raised a good point there. Without identity, we cannot have a we, because you must have an identity. You have to be a good leader or an identity. You have to make one so that you can reunite everyone together. Good point there, Bangalore International School. All right. So I would like to give the floor. I would like to give the floor to Assam Valley. Hi guys.
Hi. Hi.
Yes, you can start.
Being a leader is not only about power or position. It's only about teamwork, in which we can connect with our fellow members. The human connection is very important. A good leader should cooperate with everyone, whether he or she is a junior or a senior. And nowadays leadership is very, very important. We should always support our leaders,
The things which the leaders do are always, it's not compulsory that it is always, but the leaders should empathize and should understand the feelings of others, so that he can help their juniors. Like in our school, they appoint the house captains, house prefects, etc. By voting. So if we vote for the school captain, and we have the sense that fine, this will be our school captain. This will be our school captain. So we elect in that manner, that who can help us in future and who can understand us. Thank you.
Thank you for your views. Does anyone wants to have? Yes. Yes, Him Academy Public School.
Yeah, we would like to add something, and Samriddhi would like to.
So the teamwork basically expresses a sense of democratic living, upholds the need for selfless service and appreciation of other man's point of view. And that is my point, that in a team, if we don't accept any other man's ideology, then the team cannot be stable. It would split up. So like we see in nursery, pre-nursery and classes, the earlier classes, we were told stories that united we stand, divided we fall. But in reality, if we want that good teams would be built in this world, in the communities, in the nation, then we have to teach the students practically to accept others' ideology. And that's what I would like to say.
Thank you, Him Public School. Yes, Vidya Devi School, you now have the floor. Yes, you can speak.
I happen to have a contradictory point against the Academy Public School.
Yes,
He
please.
just mentioned, uh, I forgot it. He
Take your time. Do you want me to give you floor later?
no, I got it. So yeah,
All
he
right,
just
you can
mentioned
start.
that if we have a team and we have different opinions, like if we then we divide each other. But I think as a team, if we happen to have different opinions, we should rather accept or try to find out that which is the better one and follow it as one rather than dividing ourselves. Because if we take India, then we have various views and various all type of contradiction, but that doesn't mean that we'll divide ourselves as a group and live as totally different communities. We rather should accept if the other person has a different opinion and then try to find out that which is the better and more feasible one. Thank you.
HIM, would you like to answer her questions and her views?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Harshakar, and exactly this is the point of a good leader. The good leader listens to others' opinions, and then he decides the better opinion of them. Like the better opinion will always be the good one. Like that is the true motive of a good leader.
And it is not just the leader who makes the team. Other members on the team are also there. The leader also has to include them, has to listen to their ideology, and then finalize the things. But we have to convince others also. What if that the leader decides one thing and some member, for example, let us take some member says that I don't agree with you. Then what would we do?
And hello, my name is Athar. Okay. In a team, the motive should be one, and leader's responsibility is to keep the team together. For example, when the Indian cricket team plays together for one motive, they can win the World Cup. But if their motive is different, that I want to score more runs, I want to bowl, get more spell, so they will not be able to.
Hello.
Sorry.
Rajkumar College, we are muting you. We will give you the floor later. Yes, continue, Film Academy.
Okay, so I was saying that the motive should be one, and if the team plays together, they can do whatever they want. And I would like to give an example of the most famous building of the world, Burj Khalifa. Now, see, that is the perfect example of teamwork. It was constructed by various communities coming together to create this one superstructure. So why can't we do the a similar thing with our country? That would be the true essence of teamwork.
Good points there. Vidya Devi, anything? Any views?
No, I think we're satisfied with the answer. Thank you, Him Academy.
Thank you, Vidya Devi. Thank you, Him Academy. I would like to give the floor to Welham Boys School right now. Yes, guys, you can start.
Hello. Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My question is basically to Bangalore International School. The speaker from Bangalore International School stated that the collective identity begins with individual identity. Well, I'd like to differ on that point because when individual identity precedes over collective identity, there is no unity. So you're basically killing the essence of being together. So what my question to her, the speaker, is that when you say that we need to have our own identity first and then we move on to the collective identity, do you not feel that somewhere or the other we miss out on collective
Welham Boys School.
On the togetherness.
Welham Boys School, can you please exactly tell me who you're asking the question to?
It's to the speaker of Bangalore International School.
To the speaker of Bangalore International School.
Yes.
Okay. Bangalore International School, you heard him. you're on. I'm giving you the floor right now.
What is the? Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, Walham International School, boys' school. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. The question is, the question is that in order to develop, what the speaker had told us to reframe my sentence is that the speaker had told previously that in order to get a collective identity, we need to work on our individual identity. So my question to the speaker is that in order to attain our own identity, do we not lose out on the very thought of collectiveness?
Yes, Bangalore International School. I hope it's clear now.
I'll repeat again if it's required.
Thank you, Walham Boys School, for your question. They will be answering it right now.
Okay, basically to answer your question, we feel that like differences in our personality are basically our individualism, and differences in ideology and stuff like that are inevitable, and that our differences at the end is like what makes us who we are. It's what makes us human. So it's very hard to just detach ourselves from that, and to like dilute ourselves, our personality and ourselves for the sake of unity is redundant, because that's not going to work out. So we do unite for one cause, for one purpose, but we have to keep in mind that it like at the end of the day, we are going to be different. We are going to disagree. If we completely outrule the fact that we are different, we're just going to keep coming up and keep having conflicts. So, I mean, we can still have collectivity and like group work and teamwork with our differences. We just have to unite with one cause and one purpose. Yeah.
Thank you, Bangalore International School. I hope that answers your question, Walham Boys School. Yes.
It was, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Do you have Assam Valley, do you want to ask a question?
We have a question that how can we communicate with our leaders in a better way?
So, who are you asking the question, or this is just a general question?
HIM Academy. HIM Academy.
You're asking that too?
HIM Academy.
HIM Academy, thank you. HIM Academy, can you please answer the question of Assam Valley?
Can you please repeat the question?
Assam Valley delegate, can you please repeat the question?
Can you please elaborate? How can we communicate with our leaders properly? Like how, in a better way, how can we understand everyone?
So basically, how we can communicate with everyone, and how we can communicate with the leader and improve our communication.
So,
Yes,
just
you can start.
A leader is made when all the team members agree. Then only a leader can be made. If all the team members agree with the views of the leader, then only a leader is made. Otherwise, the team would split and there would be no leader left.
And if all the members do not agree to the leader, it would be a dictatorship rather than a democracy.
Yeah, you want to create a bond between the members and the leader. That would make a good team. And there should be a feeling of friendship between the team and the leader. They should have proper communicative skills, but they should have friendship. Like in Indian cricket team, Captain MS Dhoni, he's having. It's Virat Kohli, and he's having special bonds and friendship with the team members. He's not as such as a dictator. He's like friends to them.
And unless or until the team members agree, there won't be any leader actually.
And I also want to say that the leader should also feel that he's equal to a team member. If he thinks that he's superior, then the team member would be, quite annoyed with that leader also.
Okay, let's take an example. Piyush is our leader over here. We are agreeing to his points. He is telling us what's right and what's not. And he is friend to us. That's why we are able to answer each and every question, and we are able to participate in this debate in a very proper
we
discussion
understand
in a
our
way.
leader, so we can make a team spirit of by understanding the leader only.
And he's taking ideas and he's giving us new ideas, so we can express ourselves better.
Thank you, Him Academy Public School. As one of our delegates said earlier, a leader has to lead the team. He or she should not have the sense of superiority. And as other schools said, a leader should have his own identity first, and then he can build his own team around. He needs to have an individual identity. So I hope that answers your question. Whatever the Academy Public School says, answered your question. Thank you. So I would like to give the floor to Rajkumar College from Rajkot. You have the floor right now. Yes, Rajkumar, you can start. We can really hear you, Rajkumar. I'm sorry to interrupt again. We can't hear you. Can you please fix your audio and we will give you the floor later on?
I'm asking a question.
Yes, yes.
There's a delicious cookie that nobody eats. Maybe one or two human beings eat it. And there's a cow dung that attracts flies. So basically, what's better? A person who wants to be a leader but has a good aim and wants good for the society, however, is unable to gather a huge crowd of people, or would you rather have a leader who is extremely good at gathering a huge amount of people, however, attracts the bad kind of people? That's my question.
Who did you exactly ask the question to?
Chittagong grammar. It's related to general question. General question.
Oh, anyone would like to answer? Yes, Vidya Devi School, you have the floor.
Actually, can we please get the question repeated because we couldn't hear you?
Yes, Rajkumar College, there were some problems with your internet. Can you please repeat the question again?
So let us say if you are a really good leader but you cannot attract the people, but if you are a bad leader and you can attract but you attract the bad people, so that's our question.
Is it clear? It's not clear. Rajkumar College, can you please explain your question properly again?
So just keeping this question on the side, I have another question. Let us say if you are a good leader, but how do you express yourself? Like you can't go to everyone and saying, yes, I'm a good leader, follow me. I'm a good leader, follow me. You'll need to show your concern towards everyone. So like,
so basically, how a leader can express himself and prove that he's a good leader. Yeah, all right.
Yes. Where does he or she start from?
All right. So I would like to give the floor to Trivandrum International School. Trivandrum International School, you have the floor. Him Academy, I will give you the floor later.
No one understood the question.
Yes, Trivandrum International School.
We just wanted to answer the question that was asked earlier. So basically, the thing is, it's not whether the leader is bad or wrong morally, bad or good, but it depends on how well they're able to communicate and gather the faith and trust of the people they're talking to, their teammates. Because even Hitler, he was bad for a group of people, but the way in which he spoke, he convinced people to actually support him.
Thank you. I would like to give the floor to Him Academy Public School.
So I would like to say that if the leader has good views, then the leader don't need to attract other people. The people are themselves attracted to the leader if you have a good influence on others. There is no need to attract other people by the leader.
Here, the point of democracy and dictatorship also arises that when all members will be agreed, only then democracy could be established. Rather, it would be a dictatorship, isn't it?
Thank you, Him Public Academy School. Yes, Vidya Devi School, you have the floor.
Okay, what we believe is that before becoming a leader, every leader is a follower. And during that course of time, the one who does the work in the best possible manner, all the other members automatically perceive him or her as the leader. There is a very beautiful quote which says that a drop of water in the ocean has no identity, but when it is on the leaf of a lotus, it shines like a bird. So the same goes for a leader. While working in a group, if he or she shows or proves himself or herself to others that he or she can work with everybody in a better manner, he or she is a leader.
Thank you, Vidya Devi School, the delegates. Thank you for your views. Uh, Welcome, boys. Yes, you have the floor.
Yeah, Arjun. Can you hear me now? All right. So what I think is that we're deviating from the topic. We were talking about team building just 10 minutes ago, and then now we're talking about democracy. Now we're talking about political agendas. I need to make a point. All right. Everybody's talking about leaders, leadership, and everything. We need to realize that a team may or may not have a leader. It's their choice. A leader can in fact destroy the whole team. We have the self-government policy.
Hello. Yeah, I'd just like to add to that. So what the previous speakers like trying to say or trying to convey to us is that first of all we're really digressed from what we had started with. So when we are talking about team building, we're digressing to leadership, and from leadership we're digressing to political agendas, and that is something that we would not like to do as we have a very limited time to discuss. So what we as a group are trying to convey is that leadership might be a vital part of team building, but what is more important is negotiations, is negotiations, is comparisons, and is also settlements within the group. So if a person is not ready to sacrifice his or her needs, there would be no group. A group is not about not even selfish, of self-gain profits, but rather than profit earned by a group. Because we all know a dollar earned by a person is far, far less important than a million earned by 10 people. So I know this might be a bad analogy, but what I'm trying to basically put across is the fact that we should not digress from the point that leadership is important. I agree with almost all of the speakers that have stated that. But what I'm certainly disagreeing is that it is just not the only core idea. What is more important than that actually is the fact that it is based on the mere idea of negotiation, sacrifice, and compassion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen Boys School. Well spoken. Thank you for the great point there. Thank you for your points, and I would like to add to that too. Before a delegate from Assam Valley probably said about we should if we are a team we should always follow the leader. Okay, you should also realize that a leader is also a human being. He or she can make mistakes. The team is also responsible for the decision it makes. So the team can always oppose, or not oppose exactly, talk to the leader and tell him if he's actually making a mistake, because at the end of the day it's not the leader who's also making the mistake, it's also the whole team that is making a mistake. So thank you, Welland Boys School, for your views. And now I would like to pass on the mic and give the floor to our fellow delegate. Okay. as you as you know, the other subtopics in this discussion is being a good citizen. Now, in our previous discussion, I have said, and my final opinion was that a good citizen should be someone who helps the people. Now, this can be contradicted in many ways. Like, for example, if, like I said previously, our, for example, if the government is harming the people in some way and not helping mostly, so one person can do is gather the help himself, but the government does not agree, so they classify him as a criminal. But in cases of the people, they will support him because he's helping them. So in the end, it mostly suggests that it does not depend from which country you're loyal to, because nowadays the most general opinion of people is that a good citizen is someone who is a law-abiding citizen, someone who helps around, he follows rules. But sometimes it's not enough. I'm sorry, can you not hear me? Guys, you did listen to our delegate, right? If you did, thumbs up. Thank you. So, does anyone wants to share their opinion on their views? Anything? Welcome, boys school. You now have the floor.
Hello, am I audible? Just keep your heart out. Am I audible?
Yes.
All right. So let's just look at things over here. We're talking about leaders. We're talking about individuals. We're not talking about a collective effort that a team makes. We're talking about how an individual can affect the whole group. We're talking about how a leader can do certain things, how he can make the group better. We're not talking about the collective efforts that a group can make. That is what my previous point was. I beg to differ from many of the most of the speakers that a leader can only better the group. A leader can, okay, in most cases it can, but what about the cases in which it cannot? I read a book by J. Krishnamurti. Some of you might know him as one of the greatest thinkers ever. He he in his uh, he in his book Freedom from the Known wrote that leaders can eventually, if they're given more power, destroy the whole group.
Thank you. You were asking the question, or you're giving a general view to the Vidya Devi school?
We're not just giving it to the job. We're not giving a general view to Vidya Devi General School. We're giving a general opinion about things, and obviously we're trying to deviate the topic back. We are trying to bring it back into the what we had actually planned.
Yes. Thank you, Wellam Boys School. Yes, Vidya Devi School, you have the floor.
Well, we certainly agree with our friends at Valen Boys because, yeah, a leader makes the difference, but until and unless his community and his people are not agreeing with him, what is the point of him being a leader? So, yeah, a leader makes a change, but the society implements it, the people implement it. We can see a change when the people believe in it, not when the leader asks for the change. The people are the ones who become the change in the country. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Vidya Devi School. Anyone wants to give any general opinion? Yes, Rajkumar College, you have the floor. Trivandrum International School, we will give you the floor later on. Yes, Rajkumar, you can start.
I would like to share my opinion related.
A bit louder, a bit louder, a bit louder.
I would like to share my opinion related to how a good leader should spread his or her things that, I mean, whatever he or she wants to tell the public. instead of using hate, the leader should use love. For example, Donald Trump, he tries to capture all those people who hate immigrants, and that's how he actually won the elections. But if you see, it's extremely hard to make all those people who love, or like those who care for the poor people, or maybe those who have no home, or orphans, etc. So, uh, so there should be some kind of check, like how the leader expresses his or her opinion to the public, that no kind of hate speech is involved. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajkumar. Trivandrum International School, you have the floor. Yes.
So like what we're saying is that like just love or hate is not what calls for the connection between a leader and his followers. That is not like we're saying, like, it doesn't matter if you're using love or hate. What's there that you use is that like you're able to connect with them in another way. Like, the example with Donald Trump, he was able to talk, like he was able to connect with the people there. That he was able to convince them that what they need is him. Like he's able to convey. He was able to say that like America needs him to exceed. Like he needs like to exceed, to be above what they are. Like to improve, make America great again. That's his phrase. Make America great again. So love or hate is not what is used by leaders to gain followers, to connect with the followers. It's the idea, the concept that they use, and the way they present it, rather than love or hate. Sorry.
So therefore, I'd also like to add that it is the vision that propels them. That's the vision that America has, is that they would improve as a society if they elected Donald Trump. It's not out of pure love or hate that they elected him. And also, I'd like to answer, I think, Rajguru College's question about the cookie and the powder. First of all, I'd like to say that one of the most fundamental and basic characteristics for a leader is the ability to attract followers. So, in the first case, the cookie, it doesn't even qualify as a leader, as it doesn't have the ability to attract followers. So, we can only compare a good and bad leader, as in, if you want to compare the morality of leaders, you have to compare leaders with equal ability to attract followers, but their moral code and integrity is different. As in, if you compare Gandhi and Donald Trump or something, they both have the ability to attract followers, but their moral code and integrity were radically different. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Welcome, Boys School. You have the floor.
Do we? Yeah. Am I audible? All right. So we're talking about individual tendencies. I mean, what leaders do? People are saying. I mean, most of the delegates over here are stating that better individuals will make better leaders. I'm sorry, but I beg to differ, because they're better individuals because they have individual quality, because they can be better by themselves. They are. Am I still audible?
Yes, go on.
Yeah. So I was saying that people who have individual qualities, who can think by themselves, for themselves, why would they want to be the leaders? And please, someone would like to add.
Yes, thank you, Boys School. I'm giving the floor to Bangalore International School to answer and give their views.
Excuse me. Yeah, can we? Wait, you're on mute.
Yes, welcome, boys.
We just need to borrow 2 minutes of yours. So when the person behind the speaker, the previous speaker, stated that what he was trying to say is the very part of an individual taking over a group is not team building. So, as being a Samaritan, it is my prerogative to tell you that if the leader, unfortunately, seems to have a nonchalant behavior and is too casual about things that are happening, it can pretty much ruin the efforts of the whole group. So it is. So when we're talking about leadership, we're not just talking about unity and collective building. We're talking about powers concentrated in the hands of a single person, which is as dangerous as Mr. Donald Trump being elected as the United States president. Why is that? It's because we're being very radical, and if the person turns out to be a radical and extremist, that can take the group in a whole and on a whole and a new level, and can pretty much change the course of direction of the group. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to give the floor to Bangalore International School right now. Yes, guys.
I'm Delzan. And,
Hi.
Defiance doesn't necessarily have to have a negative connotation. This is a matter of perspective in terms of nation. Like there are thousands. Oh, okay. Okay, defiance doesn't necessarily have to have a negative connotation. This is a matter of perspective in terms of the nation. There are thousands of people and thousands of ideas on what is right for their country for the greater good. For example,
Bangalore International School, are you done?
no, wait.
Yes.
Ethics. You can apply this to the Trump example. His views merely aligned with those that belong to a large demographic within the country. Ethics are actually irrelevant. It is how you rally the people behind the cause. Sometimes defiance is just the introduction of another perspective. It really doesn't matter whether it's a leader with a good motive or bad. It depends on the way or the method in which these leaders rally the people. Because, for example, Hitler was a good leader as well, but with bad motives, but he still united people. So just because you have bad motives, that does not imply that you're a bad leader. You can also be a bad leader with you can also be a good leader with bad motives.
Good point, Bangalore International School. I will get back to that. I have a question for everyone. I hope that question will be interesting. Yes, Vidya Devi School, we will give you the floor, but HIM Academy Public School, you have the floor. I'm sorry, guys, we are running a little out of time, so we have 6 minutes left. HIM Academy Public School, yes, you have the floor.
Hello. We should first forget about leaders for a while and focus on a good citizen. A good citizen for his community can be good for all.
Now, let me give you an example once again of Adolf Hitler. He was good to Nazis, but according to the whole world, he was the worst person ever in history. So you cannot be a good leader with bad motives. He was a bad leader, only good to the Nazis, the community that he liked. So that does not make him a good leader. It only makes him worse.
Yeah, and moreover, I think all of us remember the Kosovo massacre also, in which democratic elections were held and a Serb became the leader. But he wanted to dominate the whole nation and he wanted to make the Serbs superior. So he just criticized all the Albanians. And I think you all remember that. So this is the question from our school to all of us. What are your opinions on this?
And I have an example. Let's take an example of UAE, near UAE.
All right, a good point raised. Before, from Bangalore International School, a delegate did say a good leader can have bad motives or bad, aims. And later on, you just mention the name Hitler. You see, Adolf Hitler. I'm pretty much sure everyone knows him. Do you guys think he was a good leader? Although I'm talking about a very, very controversial topic. You see, do you think he was a good leader? Although his motives were pretty bad, do you think he was a good leader? Bangalore International School, Vidya Devi School, yes, Rajkumar's College, everyone will have the floor. I will give you guys the floor. First, Bangalore International School.
Okay, so basically what we meant by the fact that he was a good leader is his ability to rally the people. For example, This is a bit technical because it does go into the elections, but in the 1933 elections, he won by a landslide. The people were behind him. He did become chancellor, not because he forced his way up there, it's because people were behind him. He was a horrible man, he did horrible things, but there was a consistent approval from a very large demographic in his country. And yes, there were protests, and yes, in the later years in the war and stuff, people did realize what he was doing was wrong. But the fact remains that he did bring these people together. He had the ability, like he was a brilliant orator. He convinced the people.
Can
His
you
ability-
speak a little louder? Welham Boys School can't really hear you, so a little louder.
Sorry, what I just said is that he had numerous qualities that made him a good leader. He was an amazing orator. He was able to convince the people to follow him. Maybe not all, but he was able to for like a large group. And that's what made him a good leader. His motives, though like questionable and horrible, is irrelevant when it comes to the topic of whether he was a good leader. And he did a lot for the poor and for the disillusioned, by the way. He did a lot for the soldiers.
Thank you, Bangalore International School, for your views. You do know he was one of the reasons for the war too. Okay, Azam Valley, yes, you have the floor.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to say, like, he was not a good leader, because a good leader is the person who looks upon to all the people of his nation. So like he ruled Germany, so he hated the Jews. So if he was a good leader, he would have supported the Jews also, not only one particular Christianity or one size. So a leader is the person who supports all and looks all.
Thank you. Thank you for your views. I'm now passing on the floor to Rajkumar College. Yes, Welham Boys School and Trivandrum School. We will give you the floor. Rajkumar College, please go ahead.
What I want to say is, yes, I consider Hitler as a good leader, because if you see, when India wanted independence, at that time Gandhiji helped India to get independence. So he was not good for Britishers. His motives were good for the Indians. So in that way, Hitler worked for his people. He wanted to make his people go forward in their lives. So, and his country. So actually what I think, he was a good leader to his people because he did good for them. So I think he was a good leader. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajkumar. Trivandrum International School, you have the floor.
Yeah, so we just want to like. Okay, so I just want to talk about. So basically, Germany was brought down from being one of the most powerful countries after.
Hi.
Germany the coming back to most powerful in the world. So it's basically how well the leader connects with the people. He was good for Germans, maybe not for the Jews, but it depends on how how big the group is and how well he's able to connect with them. So
Thank you, Trivandrum International School. I would like to give the floor to Vidya Devi School.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So yeah, we're talking about Hitler being a good leader or not, but I think we should rather focus on whether Hitler was a good world leader, because as a leader of the Jews and Germany, he was a good leader for them because he uplifted them. I mean, for the Nazis, sorry, I'm very sorry, okay? So, if we take the Nazis, he was such a good leader for them, he uplifted them, he gave them all the power that he could. But if we look at the Jews at the same time, that's a very bad case. So for the Jews, he was a good leader, and for the Nazis, he was a good leader, but for the Jews, he was not. So maybe he was a good leader as for the Nazis, but not a good world leader who could actually take the world forward. And if we look at Donald Trump in the same way, he's doing good for the Americans. The Americans, the whites are being benefited, but what about those people from the 7 countries that are being banned, the immigrants? I don't think that those people are being benefited. So yeah, he has the feeling of America, making America great and not the world great. So
Thank
I
you.
think it is.
So it's basically the way we people want to see it. For some, you may be a good leader. For others, you may not. It's the opinion that matters, I guess. So I would like to give the floor to one of our very own delegates. Hi there. Hi.
So now my point is that you all are talking about the Jews and the world, but the thing was that Hitler wanted his team to win. The Jews weren't on his team, so his country wanted to dominate all the others, and he wasn't the world leader. He was the leader of Germany. So how do you justify that? And according to that, he was a very good leader, and he was working for his nation and his own team. He was thinking about his team players, not the other world. How do you justify that?
Yes, welcome, boys. Yes, you have the floor.
We have been talking about leaders being good or bad. It's not about that. It's being like, it's the way we look at him. Some people look at Hitler as a great man. He did a lot for his country, but some people look at him like he was a racist. He did bad things and he did dominate someone.
Yes,
So
Vijay.
now talking about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is trying to make America great again. So for the Americans, he's a great person. So what is the crime? Okay, I know I'm being a little maybe sarcastic for some and sarcastic.
It's all right. You can continue.
Right. So what is the criteria that we judge that a person is a great leader? Some will say Donald Trump is a great leader. Some will say no.
So, Vidya Devi, Bangalore International School, would you like to answer?
Can I please add to the point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking about Hitler being a leader. All right. So there are two aspects to it. First is holistic. We need to take a look at the whole world. For the world, he was not good. But for Germany, he was. Individuals like this guy can actually ruin the world, but can make their country great. This is take a look at Trump. Trump has been banning Muslims from all over the country, 7 countries, I guess, and his intentions are very clear. He has been a radical in every approach. We're talking about leaders being good individuals. This guy is not a good individual, but is still leading his country. What does everybody over here have to say about that?
Right, so we have 2 questions on the floor. Yeah, we have 2 questions on the floor. One is, what is the criteria for judging a person to be a good leader? And second, what are your views upon? What are your views upon? What was your question? Yeah.
All right.
What are your views upon?
Yes, you can continue. Yes, sorry.
I don't want to continue now. You keep on muting me.
Sorry. Right. Bangalore International School.
Drop the mic.
Okay, so basically, in terms of what our criteria is and what we believe that the criteria should be for a good leader is basically, for being a good leader alone is the ability to lead. You need to have you have to have a group of people to lead. You can't be a leader without a decent group or a decent amount of people. So one of the most defining features of a good leader is their ability to rally the people. Ethics are irrelevant. If you want to talk about how good, let's say Trump or Hitler or whoever was as a person, that is a totally different topic. That is based on morals and ethics, but not in their ability or their prowess at bringing people together and uniting people against for a certain cause. It doesn't matter if the cause is bad or good or if it led to the death of 6 million people. The fact is that they brought people together, and that should be the criteria, their ability to do so. Also, when you said about Hitler being a world leader, we're talking about a team and Hitler as the leader of Germany, not of the world. He was never really a world leader. So in this scenario, he did do well for Germany because his motives might have been bad, but as a leader, he did get together people, and he did. He's generally a good leader because he rallied the people. So we're not really talking about Hitler as a world leader. We're talking about Hitler as a leader for his team, and in this case, his nation, which is Germany. We're not really talking about it as a world.
Thank you, Bangor International School. Well spoken. I would give the floor to Him Academy School.
Saying Hitler is good.
Yes, we want to continue. We want to answer them that Hitler earlier was a leader, but as the time moved, he became a dictator rather than a leader, a good leader. The Nazi Germany whole was destroyed. The people were massacred.
And also, I would like to say that, see, there are two sides of a coin. There is a good side, there is a bad side. If Hitler was bad for the Jews, we should also see that he's good for the Nazis. And if we take the example of Donald Trump, then we see that he's bad for the immigrants in America, but he has done very good job for the the white settlers there, because the jobs are being occupied by the other immigrants. So in a way, he's a good leader. In a way, he's a bad leader.
And moreover, the leader, that whether he's good or not, that depends upon the views of the team members. For example, a message also came here that do we want cookies or cow dung, because people are attracted to the cookies and flies are attracted to the cow dung. But according to the flies, they are doing good. Their motive is good. So if we people are bad, then our leader would be bad. It depends upon our views that which type of leader we choose.
Do you know who is Baghdadi? He's the leader of ISIS. He's good to his own organization, but not for the whole world. If ISIS got power, whole world will be got destroyed.
He's also a leader, isn't it? The people joined with Saddam Hussein. He's good for them, but he's not good for the world.
He destroyed the whole Kuwait.
He dominated the people. Thank you, Him Academic Public School. We're running a little short out of time. Yes, Assam Valley. Yes, you have the floor.
So, as someone just talked about Gandhiji, I would like to tell something. There is a huge difference between a dictator and a leader. So, about Gandhiji, he didn't kill the British. Instead, he was a supporter of non-violence. If you want your race to progress, you cannot diminish them. Gandhiji was not only the supporter of Hindu, he didn't even oppose the British, but he didn't like the way how they treated us, how they treated the Indians. He didn't kill anyone, but Hitler killed almost 6 million Jews and who were part of Germany, and it is his duty to protect them, not kill them. So we can't compare Gandhiji and Hitler.
All right, thank you, Assam Valley. So Wellam Boys just wrote, so we can say that Trump is the new Hitler. All right, Vidya Devi School, you have the floor.
Okay. So I think for the past 20 minutes, we've all been repeating the same thing, that Hitler was a good leader for Germans and not for the world. So I think that is the entire point. We're discussing about more we and less me. Hitler as a leader only thought about the Germans and not us as a world community. Okay? And what if every leader of every country starts leading that way, just thinks about his own country and not about anybody else from the other countries? Then where will the world go? Are we going to develop that way? That is the entire point. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidya Devi School. Can everyone please check the chat box?
Maybe you can and
All right, guys, no more question, no more views. We're out of time. So now I would like to give the floor to Munem, the deputy chair of this conference. Yeah, he's going to say you guys a few
First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for joining with us in the first ever virtual conference in the history of Round Square. Well, we had a lot of discussion today about team building, leadership. We talked about Hitler, Trump, and a lot of people. So, well, about Hitler, he was a good leader, but he wasn't a great leader because he did not believe in connectivity. He did not believe in the existence of other people, other races. We have to believe in the existence of other cultures, other races, other people, because we all are human beings. Leaders are chosen by people, and they are for the people. People are not for the leaders. So we have to believe a leader needs to believe in proper coordination among his people, among his teammates. Well, we had a lot of discussion about What? Okay, so thank you all for joining with us today. We've had a great time with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.
So I'm now giving the floor to Bangalore International School. You guys can express your views or tell us exactly how you felt in this virtual conference, first ever virtual conference. Bangalore School.
We felt that it was a very rewarding experience because we could hear perspectives from numerous like schools and places in our country and even outside our country. So that was very interesting. But I don't know. Okay, I don't know what this conversation is about Modi and Obama and Trump and all. I feel like we're kind of derailing into something we want.
Sort of diverting from the topic.
Guys, relax. Let's not talk about Trump, Obama, or Modi.
Yeah, but in terms of like leadership and stuff, it was nice to see how people have different criteria for what makes a good leader. So yeah, that was nice to be exposed to. So thank you for this.
We would like you to share your opinion or your thoughts on this virtual conference.
On the virtual.
Your feedback, basically.
Oh, I think it's a very innovative way to like go into like such topics because a lot of us like there's obviously this problem with logistics and stuff. So the fact that we can, because of technology and stuff in this virtual conference, we can all just have a good discussion without moving from where we are is nice, and it's very convenient also. So good feedback mostly.
Thank you, Bangalore International School. Yes, Film Academy, you now have the floor. Do you want to say anything, Bangalore? Yes.
So we discussed about Trump, Hitler, and many more. But the point is that the team members play a crucial role in the role of the
We
leader.
are done talking about the topic. We are now closing it off, closing the virtual conference.
So, ultimately, it was a very good way to introduce us youth. Basically, we are the youth, and it's a very good way, an innovative way to introduce us about these topics like not me, but we. And it's a very good way to promote this sort of thing in the community. And so we really enjoyed it.
Participating in this virtual conference was really very fortunate and pleasure for us all. So we really learned a lot by this. So thank you so much, all the students.
Thank you, Film Academy. Appreciate it. Vidya Devi School. Yes, you have the floor. Let's not talk about Obama. Let's not talk about Obama. Yes.
Thank you. We really appreciate the idea of this virtual conference, and it is a really good way to connect and know other people's view. And like we got to know about Donald Trump being Hitler and Modi being Trump, Modi being Obama. So it was really nice, and yeah, my friend.
And well, yeah, I love the virtual conference totally because having so many schools and so many people with different ideas, same ideas, and talking and having fun. It was amazing. Thank you for this amazing conference, CGS, and we hope to have the same one in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidya Devi School. Welcome, boys' school. I think we should
Wait.
connect again through Messenger. What do you guys think?
Drop the mic.
Savage, huh?
Yeah, well done, boys. Cool. Yes,
No,
your
well,
feedback.
okay. Now, okay. Cutting the whole thing short, it is a really great concept that you've got up. So now it is a great concept that we people are connecting to other schools via Skype and talking about technology. It is a great step by CGA. So full marks to you, CGA. Thank you so much for this conference. We loved it.
Drop the mic.
Right.
Drop the. Wait, this side, drop the mic. I beg to do something. यहाँ पे.
Right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
यार ऐसा मत कर यार. Come on, drop the.
Guys, who did you exactly want to talk about me? Who did you exactly want to talk about in Messenger?
Well, it was for CGA.
All right.
Maybe everyone except Bangalore.
All right. I'm giving the floor to Assam Valley.
Thank you so much. It was really fun talking with you guys, sharing your views, and yeah, it was really fun. We enjoyed a lot. We hope to interact more with you people.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Assam Valley. I would like to give the floor to Rajkumar College.
The whole thing was extremely good. The discussion went from one place to another. The whole thing was about one thing, and I don't know where. Now we were discussing about Hitler and Modi being the new Obama. Why the whole thing was.
Guys, he started a war. A war.
But still, overall, it was. We all had a good laugh, and it was extremely wonderful to hear something else, something different. So,
Thank you, Rajkumar College. Can we have the last group, Trivandrum International School?
Yeah, we'd like to thank you for hosting such a conference, making use of the technology. And the discussion was very interesting with all the countdown and cookies and everything. But thank you so much for hosting. And I'd also like to mention how I was extremely inspired by our keynote speaker, Mr. Corby. And I'm really happy that I got to know about the Java Foundation and its the amazing work that is carried out in Bangladesh.
Thank you. I'm going to unmute everyone right now. So I'm going to close this virtual conference off. Three, two, one. Thank you guys. Thank you for the amazing experience. I hope you loved it. Thank you for participating in the first ever virtual Ram Square conference. I hope you loved it. Bye bye guys. I'm Moin Ahmed, the chair of the conference. Bye.